Alright, so now it's time to look at the two teams. So we've got two teams to look at. We have the Diamond Creek team and the North Eltham Wanderers team, and we've got to have a look at what their lineups are, what their strengths are likely to be, what their weaknesses are likely to be, and exactly what we're going to be expecting to see from them. Now, as you've no doubt realised, Damien, Hayden, Haydos is not here with me. He has been called off to do some work interstate, which is why he can't be here with us. But he took the time to send me an important email which has given some notes on who he expects from the North Eltham Wanderers team should be someone to look out for. So I will read out that email later on in this video. But let's have a look at the two teams now. Let's start with Diamond Creek. So let's start with Jeffrey Milner, the captain, with a batting average of 27, a higher score of 180. So he will be a important batsman to see in the middle order. And also his bowling might come into play. He's taken 157 wickets on a bowling average of less than 14 with a 6 as his best. So we should see some all-round performance from Jeffrey Milner. Next we've got Angus Jaram, who has a batting average of 15 with a higher score of 51, and his bowling will be very important. He's taken 66 wickets in his career, bowling average of 17, and his best is a 4. Then we have Noah Merritt, who is still establishing his position in the team. He has a batting average of just under 12, and his bowling average is less than 17, and his best is a 3. Then we have Jay Watson, who has a batting average of 14, higher score of 66, and he has taken 49 wickets in his career at a bowling average of 14. His best is 4 for 4. Then we have Ian Rutt, who has nearly 2,500 runs, which is one of the largest. So Jeffrey Milner has the most of this team with nearly 4,000, and Ian Rutt has nearly 2,500. Batting average of 26, higher score of 116, and he also has bowled a little bit with 42 wickets at an average of 15 with a best of 4 for 23. Then we move on to the wicketkeeper, Josh Tassoni, who has nearly got 1,500 runs at a batting average of nearly 13, higher score of 80, and he's also taken 25 wickets at 23 with a best of a 4. Then we come to the mighty pace of Lachlan Saul, who has a batting average of just under 10 with a higher score of 40, and he's taken 123 wickets. 123 wickets at a batting average of 16, and his best is 6 for 22, which we saw last week here on Channel 8. And then we have Nicholas Ireland, who has a batting average of 8, higher score of 47. He's taken 180 wickets at a bowling average of 17 with a best of 7 for 38. Then Mitchell McDonald has over 2,000 runs, a batting average of 17, higher score of 86, also got 42 wickets at 21. Then Hayden, who has a batting average of less than 10, higher score 89, 162 wickets at 17, his best is 6 for 5. Then we have Ryan Puto, who has a batting average of nearly 11, higher score 55, and also has 43 wickets at 22. best of 3 for 13. And then finally, Nicholas Farron Price has a batting average of 8 and highest score of 29. And then he's taken 56 wickets at just under 18 with a best of 4 for 31. Now those are 12 players that we've just named for Diamond Creek. That's because they're both named 12. So there'll be a starting 11 and then a 12th man. Now let's have a look at the North Eltham Wanderers 11. So we have Ryan Apatangelo, who has a batting average of 24, a highest score of 132, and he's also taken 34 wickets at 19 with a best of a 4-fer. Seamus O'Callaghan has a batting average of 13, highest score of 55, and he's taken 74 wickets at 20 with a best of 5 for 34. Then we have the captain, Damien Mortar, who has 2,400 runs to his name at a batting average of just less than 22 with a highest score of 111, and he's taken 300 wickets at a bowling average of 14 with a best of 7 for 27. Then Sam Knight, who has scored 200 runs in his career at a batting average of 11, highest score 50, and he's taken 32 wickets at 7.5 with a best of 5 for 17. Then we have Justen B, who has 400 runs to his name, batting average of 11. He's also taken 13 wickets at 25. Then we have Jacob Banks, 2,700 runs to his name at 21 with a highest score of 114, and he's also taken 20 wickets with a best of a 5-fer. Then there's Jack Reed, who has taken scored 600 runs at a batting average of 15 with a highest score of 67, and 133 wickets to his name at a bowling average of 19 and a best of 5 for 19. Then we have Joshua Ecclesall, who has a batting average of 12, and he's taken 38 wickets at a bowling average of 21 with a best of 4-fer. Then Hayden Roberts has 200 runs at a batting average of 5, and he's also gotten 51 runs, bowling average of 19, best of 3 for 26. Tom McLeod has 600 runs at a batting average of 11, and he has 167 wickets to his name, bowling average of 17.5, best of 7 for 42. Marcus Corder has nearly got 1,000 runs to his name. His batting average is just short of 20 with a high score of 71. He is the wicketkeeper, and he's also taken 3 wickets for what it's worth. And then finally we've got Ben Corbin, who has nearly 900 runs to his name, batting average of 13 nearly, highest score of 51, and he's also taken 53 wickets at 24 with a best of 3-fer. So those are the two 11s, well except for the two 12s, and then one of those the players in the two teams will be the 12th man. So now let's have a look at Damien Haydos' email that he sent me. He nominated 4 players from the North Eltham Wanderers who would be worth looking out for, and they are Ryan Apatangelo, who will bat up the order. He's scored a lot of good scores, in the 50s, and he is definitely someone who will be looking to bat and score a lot of runs. Then we've got Jacob Banks, who has lots of grand final experience. He'll be batting in the middle order probably, and is very consistent with scoring good scores in the teens and the 20s. Then we have Darren Mortar, who is a change-up bowler, who will be very important through the middle overs. We've got Tom McLeod, who has a 5-fer in his career and will either open the bowling or be first change. And then we've got Seamus O'Callaghan, who surprisingly His best is only, 2 for, but over the course of this season. But he will be bowling early, and he'll be a very important bowler through the course of the North Eltham Wanderers bowling attack. So those are the 11s.
And the farmer's daughter says, I see you bet my cat. Art.
Hey, what's so funny?
Nothing.
Is it garbage day again?
It's always garbage day somewhere.
Professor Hawking, what are you doing here? Isn't this several thousand miles out of your way?
Actually, it's a shortcut.
A shortcut? My street is a shortcut? To England?
Yes.
Will somebody explain to me what's going on?
No.
Hey, I've got a copy of your book in my trunk. Would you mind signing it?
I already signed it.
No, you didn't. It's locked in my trunk.
I'll wager $5 I already signed it.
You're on. The joke's on him. He'll never be able to collect the 5.
You didn't really think you'd win a bet with a Nobel Prize-winning Lucasian professor of mathematics.
At least I didn't pay for his stupid book.